Welcome back, you lot of nerds. Today, I'm going to talk about the behind the scenes of Tourney 2. So, first, I'm actually editing while I do this because thumbnail quality. Okay, this is where we need it. Okay, I need to be able to see that and delete that. There we go. So, I guess we ought to talk about... I need to make this bigger. Not that big. Can I make it... Yeah, I need it to be bigger. Oh my word. Okay. Oh my word, Discord, shut up. So, the first animation is Tourney 2 trailer / warm-up, the trailer being the actual music part of the video. And, I'm very happy with this. This fight turned out almost exactly how I wanted it. The first little part, I tried using these eyes made of rectangles and that little mouth there, and it was fine, but I quickly realized putting a face on a stick figure isn't always the best idea. It can work really well when you're actually good at it. Oh my word, my nose is stuffy. It can work well when it's well executed, but yeah, not normally. Then this fight scene, oh my word, this was better than what I wanted. Like, oh my word, this, honestly, other than the finale, this was probably the best fight scene in the entire series. And I made this, over the course of a night and a day. I absolutely love it. And yeah, I don't even have words to express it hardly. And this part right here, this was great, but then I don't know, I feel like, I mean, I was super new to this. I did this on Stick Nodes Pro specifically. So I actually did invest money in this. But I did this on Stick Nodes Pro, whereas Tourney 1 and Falling were all done using Blender, so I drew those by hand. So I was going to make a mistake, and yeah, that's where I make the mistake. I did not know what movie clips were, so I was turning the movie clip sections into just normal stick nodes, hence why the fire has a seizure. Yeah, that kind of ruined it for me. And then, yeah, it doesn't help that I mistimed the... You know what? I kind of want to have a little bit of audio in the background. You think that's a good... Yeah, that's pretty good volume for... more like 20. Okay, well anyways, yeah, that was badly timed, and it kind of ruined that. This fight scene, pretty good. Honestly, overall, I am very impressed that I did this with, like, the first animation of Tourney. Because I had, like, almost no experience using stick nodes previously. So this is, like, maybe, like, the 6th animation I made, and the first music video one I made. So I am actually really happy with this. Even though it's not the best. Give me a second. I'm trying to clear up my nose. Anyway, now we get to move on to the training part. This showcases many different characters and styles and stuff. The thing was, I kind of struggled. The real struggle, I made this over... The first animation was made over the most amount of time. Because every single one of these I did a different day. Hence why the animation quality of the training things is so varied. Because each one was made a different day. So it took a total of 16 days just to make the trainings. And I could have done them, like, probably over 3 days. And still not gotten too burnt out. But I chose to spread it out more. And that's part of the reason why I have such varying quality. I also had trouble deciding on what on earth these training dummies were going to be. I had originally thought that they were actually actual people, but then I realized if they were, then yeah, this tournament would have gotten shut down a long time ago. Right, like right in first tourney. I mean that there would be no debate about the moral what's the word? The moral integrity of the tournament if these were actual humans. So at first, while I was animating these, I kind of did human-like things, and then I kind of changed it out. They start fading away and not even moving. Part of this was for just convenience, and also part of it was because I really, really like I like how they fade away whenever I do that. So it looks sick. Well, it doesn't look too sick, but I just love it. There's something about it that I like so much. And then I gave up with brown. I just made them disappear. I do not know why I did that. Lazy. Unacceptable. That is failure. So yeah. And this was a lot of learning for me to go through. Obviously, I didn't have like any knowledge of movie clips until I tried out a blood one here. And once I combined that with the fading away thing, I loved it. It kind of like gave off this idea that these characters were being simulated, because they don't have normal blood and their blood just fades away as well. So I really I liked that. That was a great start, honestly. I don't have too much bad to say about that. I mean, there are criticisms I could make, but for like the 6th animation, it's practically perfect. And then you have preliminaries. I finally managed to get this on the playlist. Anyways, yeah, this one's different in that it has sound effects instead of music. I actually really enjoyed this, and while a lot of the fights aren't that great, for instance, this one, I mean, it's a gun. What did you expect? There's not going to be real fight choreography if I don't have to make it fight choreography. Not when there's a gun involved. You know that realistically this guy's going to get shot, like, instantly. And then we have light blue versus dark blue. I made this pretty short. It was fairly good. I kind of, I guess, started experimenting more with movie clips. Editing it took a while, and it was really fun to make. It was quite fun to make that one. Yellow versus purple. Pretty much just a joke. I thought it would be pretty funny if this guy started monologuing and purple threw a knife through his head. I may be insane, but it's just a little bit dumb and a little bit funny. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm a psychopath. But, okay. White versus black. So this is definitely easily my favorite one. Black is honestly probably one of the sickest looking characters out of all of these characters. Like, out of everyone. Even out of the people who have powers. This guy looks so much cooler. Because he's got these smaller axes on his legs, too. And, yeah, White just disarms him of his big axe immediately, and he just takes out his 2 little ones. But honestly, I loved the timing. I know it wasn't even perfect. I know it wasn't even close to perfect. But it was, honestly, so, like, well executed for my standards that I'm just happy with it. I can't say that I'm happy with everything in the tournament, but I am very happy with these 2 animations. I think I got off to an incredible start if it weren't for the weird camera thing that happens. Actually, let's see if I can fix that for a second here. I want to see if I can actually fix our problem. So what I would do here, go through this whole thing. Okay, now what we would do is cut that out. And then we would take this. So like go here, for instance. We would essentially expand this to about that size. Yeah, that works really well, actually. It increases the size way more. Because I don't know what happened there, but it fixes a lot of the problem. Yeah, I want it to be actually watchable for everyone. And not to mess things up for everybody else. Okay, where were we? Around here, right? Yeah, a lot of the other fights are sorted. Maybe I'm a little bit crazy for thinking yellow and purple's interaction is funny. But it's just a little harder. Well, it's not just a little harder. It's kind of hard to, I don't know. What's the word? I don't know. It's kind of hard to feel for these stick figures unless you give them personality. I did not give yellow personality. Not this yellow, anyway. No, I just haven't given any yellow. I haven't even... I mean, if you've seen the whole tournament, I haven't even given this yellow here personality. Also, by the way, if you haven't already watched Stick Tourney 2, you definitely should, because this is definitely spoilers. This is like one fight where I actually kind of got a little disturbed. I don't know. Morbid. It's very morbid. Oh my word. I ruined Blaze here. I, like, completely ruined him. He's supposed to have some sort of empathy. I don't know. He's supposed to be sort of semi... I don't know. He's not supposed to be an irredeemable villain. Honestly, most of these people that are main characters, Blaze, Hawk, Atai, Gary, they're all basically, well, maybe not Gary. Basically everyone but Gary and another guy, maybe one girl, are like almost all the main characters are redeemable villains. They're redeemable, but a lot of them just die, or at least here that I don't know. I think there's a couple that are. I know there are a couple that are kind of the more irredeemable type. Like you can't really pull off a redemption arc and everyone likes them again or something. And I don't want them to like them. That's kind of the point. They're just so evil that they don't change. Like they just want nothing good. And right now, the only one we know of here that's really... There are only, like, two sort of irredeemable, quote-unquote, villains. Oh, here's our problem here. This lags like crazy after this one. Like, it's lagging like there's gonna be a billion tomorrows. Okay, right about here, we can... cut that, delete that laggy part. We can finally move on to this fight. And I can start talking about it. But it's gonna lag in a second. Because it just is. Yep, right there. Starts lagging. So we need to go ahead, go through all of this. Oh, we got it. Oh. And we can delete that section there. So yeah, the third episode, Leaving in Control, or the... No, wait, this isn't the semifinals, this is the quarterfinals. So our first little section here would be light blue versus light red. Obviously, we all know who's gonna win. Light red, easy dub. It's kind of ridiculous. He doesn't just pull out the gun and kill him immediately. He straight up misses his first shot. To be honest, if this wasn't a music video, he probably would have landed that shot. He just got too nervous because of the music. This would not hardly even be a fight. Light blue brought a sword to a gunfight. In fact, everyone pretty much brought some sort of blade or more medieval style weapon to a fight where this guy's got a gun. If it weren't for Hawk in the semifinals, this guy probably right here would have beaten everyone. Except for, well, I guess Blaze would be there too. But if it weren't for the two cheaters, this guy would have probably wiped out everyone else. This guy would have killed the champion too, probably. Actually, definitely. Also, if anyone's confused on why there's a champion, well, there would have been a champion in the first tournament, but obviously you need someone to win a tournament for there to be a champion. White versus purple. This is probably my least favorite fight scene in the entirety of the series. Light blue versus light red is mediocre and unrealistic, but this had so much potential, and I kind of wasted it. Actually, no, I definitely wasted it. Excuse me. Excuse me, my word. Yeah, this fight's very disappointing. It has all this build-up. It's all fine and stuff, and then it kind of, like, it got ruined as soon as, well, as soon as he tried to stab Hawk, as soon as Atai tried to stab Hawk, and bounced off the weapon. And, like, he was supposed to knock him upward, like his hand upward and knock him away. But I didn't animate him doing that, so it's just he bounces off. Like, what? Yeah, like, what in the world? And technically, Hawk is much more powerful than Atai right now. Atai, I probably shouldn't spoil anything beyond Season 2. Beyond Stick Turning 2. This doesn't have seasons. I mean, you could call them seasons in a way. And oh yes, Control! Or the musical version of it. We have Blaze versus this random nerd. I ruined Blaze in the preliminaries. He straight up just killed a person and like he had like zero remorse. Like, oh my word. I don't know. I don't know. I clearly did not think about the morals of what he's doing, because this guy just obliterated this person like ruthlessly, like that. I animated that, and it still is gut wrenching to look at, or really once I think about it. I mean, he obliterates that dude too, but that guy is a guy. So it's a lot less disturbing to me. Okay, you lost. Interesting. Yes. Dude, this tournament is not for, it's clearly, it is just not, it's not working out for, you know what, never mind, forget my sentence. Like, blah, 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 blah. Also, no, this is not Gary. This is not Gary. Is another brown. There are multiple stick colors with the same color. I mean, there are multiple. Okay, whatever. There are multiple characters with the same colors. Because there are only 16 of them. Well, there's only 16 official colors. It's kind of funny how I arranged them. I literally got them from the colors showed up. They originated from the colors in this song from oh, by the way, this fight scene here, not a waste of potential. I liked that one. I like both of these. This is ruthless. I mean, it could be way better. There was a bit of timing mess up and stuff, but I love how, like, is it like the other one was like remorseless, like pink versus orange, remorseless, and kind of ruined how Blaze was supposed to be. But that one right there, maroon versus brown. Maroon is going all out, and I love it. It's like giving him personality, in my opinion. And I am absolutely all for that. And then here we have, so yeah, I actually accidentally forgot about the finale. And so I put these two together in a match before they were supposed to be fighting. So no, there was no semifinals twist. Now they've just done a duel or whatever to prepare themselves. Now we have light red versus white, where white absolutely trolls this dude. It's so unfair. It's so completely unfair that it's kind of just disappointing. Realistically, if this man was fighting anyone other than a person with superpowers, Light Red would have won this with ease. And he gets literally... I mean, he almost wins, too. I like how at the end it gets a little bit more creative, but honestly, this is like a fly-swatting duel, but it's just sad to look at until it actually gets interesting. Like, then there's a plot twist right in the middle of the fight, which is not what probably was expected. Probably expecting him to show Light Red mercy, and then Light Red just kicks the weapon and tries to kill him the other way. But of course, Hawk isn't dying that easily. So yeah, the second half, or maybe second quarter, final quarter, was better. But most of it was fly swatting. And not good fly swatting either. And here we have Maroon versus this dude. To be honest, this fight was completely wasted potential. This was supposed to have a moral dilemma. Blaze versus this dude. Blaze completely obliterates him in like less than 5 seconds. Well, he doesn't completely obliterate him, but he basically puts him out of commission in less than 5 seconds, and it has a moral dilemma about whether to kill him or not. But this moral dilemma is like completely unconvincing. Not to mention he does not appear to hesitate at all, except he just takes a long time to do it. Like, he completely obliterates the dude because of a little mistake he made. But yeah, Maroon just gets obliterated. Like, yeah, Maroon's clearly pretty intense, and then he just does it. Blaze just does it. Like, you know, Blaze, this ain't sending me the message that you are a person who has morals. You just completely ruthlessly obliterated a person. And then you completely ruthlessly obliterated another person. Except it's slightly better. Okay, you know what I think I should probably just say. The reason why it disturbs me so much is because there are only 2 females in Stick Tourney 2, and this guy just obliterates one with no mercy. And that just disturbs me. Like, that genuinely disturbs me. I didn't think about it then, but now it really disturbs me. And now we have this fight. This is the first part. Well, until here, like the opening is like the definition of like what I wanted in the Stick tournament, and then it just isn't the same. There are some good parts, but honestly, you could sum up the good parts in the intro to the fight, and the little shockwave part, which was definitely totally not inspired from Override from Shadow Creeper. Definitely not. Of course it was. Of course it was. It even was timed. Like, well, unwittingly, but it timed itself perfectly, pretty much. Then, yeah, the rest of the fight, you can pretty much forget about. It was okay. Well, not really. But it existed. I don't really care for this. To be honest, I'm kind of disappointed in myself in a lot of these fights. After the first 2 episodes, it honestly kind of gets more or less meh. And that's because I'm relying a lot more on the songs. And originally, I thought Override was gonna be great and all because I love the music and stuff of it. But to be honest, I was really not feeling it so much in the actual animator. And there were some songs that I just like absolutely loved whenever I actually started working with them. Also, Override was actually voted for. And then we have My Demons, without question, my favorite. This is my favorite part of it. Like, it's not even a contest. It's just easy. The opening sounds great. It's kind of funny when you go from playlist from Override to this, because it just doesn't fit. So it kind of ruins it a bit. But if you're watching this like for the first time, honestly, I loved it. And I finally got to use all these different movie clips, which I absolutely loved. Actually, unleashing all of these assets that I had like just available. I don't. Oh yeah. Also, something I wanted to say. I would very much like to thank all these different people who made all the weapon designs. I didn't make any of the weapon designs myself. So yeah, credit to the community and those people, because that was these weapon designs. This tournament would not even be close to what it looks like if I had to design these by myself, because I'm garbage at that. Even the eyes. I mean, of course, these eyes were designed by others. But yeah, there were so many movie clips and stuff that I got from the community and stuff. And yeah, I just want to give credit where it's due. They did an incredible job. Not me. I mean, I guess I did an okay job here, but I did an okay job of putting them together. But they did an incredible job of making them. Of making all the nodes and all of these things. Oh, but I forgot. This actually has disappointing parts. Essentially, the whole second part is disappointing. First part, exactly what I wanted. Third part, also better than hoped for, actually. Both of them were better than what I expected. Middle part, disappointing. Worse than what I expected. But I don't know. I feel like, honestly, the epicness of the first and third parts just kind of wipe away the middle part's mediocrity. I'm overall really happy with this. This is like just, I don't know. But yeah, I really, really like it. I really like this animation. I I especially love how I like kind of went on the wing with the choreography. And then like you have both of them, they're going like right at him. I love how he just like completely obliterates them both right here. Like Atai just gets obliterated, and then so does Gary. Like they're both struggling so badly, and then finally Atai's like he just goes all in on the speed and manages to kill him. So yeah, essentially stick turning does nothing to really advance the plot more, except that it kind of establishes Atai as a stronger individual, and we get a whole bunch of new characters who just die. So it pretty much just progresses the time. It's just the timeline progressing at this point. If I'm being honest, it isn't that great in the sense of plot and story and stuff. However, on an animation perspective, I started a whole new app that I had like almost no experience on and made this. So I feel like this kind of just drives home to me the I don't know. I feel like I have a adeptness for kind of animation specifically, but I'm not great. I'm not even that good at it because inexperience and stuff like that. Things do get in my way, but the start that I had in both the 3-dimensional and even the 2-dimensional stuff was surprisingly good. I mean, stick figures weren't exactly complicated to draw, but they were pretty good. I think the stick tournament was fairly good, the original, but it wasn't that great. And that's what I intend to do a remake of that. I intend to do a remake of Season 1 as well, But that's, like, way further off. Oh, also, for a storyline thing, I tend to continue developing both these stories side by side for a while until I go ahead and go back to the originals. So essentially, both Stick Turning 1 and Falling, and all the stuff for Season 1 of the 3D stuff, that includes all the way up to Hypnotized, all that stuff is canon for now. The newer versions that I make, like way off in the future, if I do even make those, will probably change the story up a bit. They'll be very similar, except they'll be way better. Basically, they'll be better in every way, but they'll be similar. But they'll also probably update the storyline, because already the storyline already has several chinks in it, and that's probably what happens whenever you and your brother and a whole bunch of kids you don't even know are brainstorming on a series, because that's what I have to deal with, all these different people making changes to their characters and stuff in the series, and you don't even know about like 90% of these people either. But yeah, it's bound to happen, and it's cool to have other humans having input on this. It's just kind of annoying and difficult when you have a storyline planned out already, and then your brother starts making new animations, and I have to change it up and everything. So it means I really can't plan any further than a season in advance or for my 3D stuff. Obviously, I don't have problems like this with Stick Tourney, but yeah, I just was going to talk about that for a second. Other than that, I don't have much else to say. If you haven't subscribed yet, then please do press that button. I would like to get to 50 subs sometime this year. I actually would like to get to 100 before the year's out. If I don't get to 100, then I will be severely disappointed in myself. Because then that's just failure, and failure, that's just unacceptable. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Do subscribe, please. Please do that immediately. Now. Okay, I'm gonna shut up before I say something else stupid.